Howdy y'all, I'm Carson Umbarger, your host of SC Traditions, and we're going to play a little game today. I want you to guess what's under this bucket, and I'm going to bet you none of y'all are getting this one. Ready? 3 seconds, go comment down in the description what you think it is. Okay. Boom. That is a full-blood, genuine American alligator. Now I know you're probably thinking, Carson, how did you come into possession of this thing? Well, if you didn't know it, I run a small game taxidermy business, and I also do big game European mounts, any kind of European mount, really. I've even done squirrels, do a video on that soon, and I do crown mounts. I hadn't gone into big game yet, and by the way, if anybody lives local, hit me up if you shoot a doe or if you shoot a small buck or something that you really don't care if you get it mounted or not. Hit me up, I'll mount it for free. I'm trying to get into big game, but I need specimens to practice on. I digress though. But I had a friend, a family friend, contact me, and they said, Carson, you ever done alligators before? And I said, well, no. They said, well, how much you think you're gonna charge for it? I said, well, I've never done one before, so I'll charge you the same rate as a deer, because I got no context. And they said, all right, I got 2 of them for you. This is the small one, believe it or not. I am not an expert on alligators, so I couldn't tell you how long I think this thing is when it was full grown. All I can say is about 1.5 feet, 2 foot long now. And I can verifiably say that I would not want to meet this thing on the other end of a swamp. I think it would hurt me. Badly. But this one caught a 9mm before it ever caught anybody, so that's a good thing. Nonetheless, though, I'm going to treat him just like I treat any other kind of my European mounts. His mouth is kind of stuck, else I would want to separate the jaw before we get started. Nonetheless, though, he's got a little bit of extra skin here on this side. YouTube's not too big on the skinning process, but I'll walk you through what I'm going to do. So his hide is really thick. So I'm going to take a nice big kind of fillet knife and I'm going to just go in and I'm going to trim all where there's not bone, just to get any kind of excess meat off. That's just going to make the process a little bit quicker in the boil. Most of the gator's problem is going to come from his nasal cavity. This is basically just straight skin on bone. There's no meat here, so we're not worried about that. We just want a little bit of meat off the back. We're going to pop it in a boil, and then when it boils out, we're going to pressure wash it off. I'm going to show you all of that, but YouTube's not a big fan of this section, so just keep in mind, I'm going to take the knife and skin off what little bit I can. Gator's all trimmed up and into a hot bath she goes, just where she wants to be, back in the water. Except she'd probably like the rest of her with her. Oh well. Now we just play a waiting game, you know? I'm just going to play it by ear. As soon as I start to see a little bit of skin on that nose split, should be about ready to go. Till then though, I'm going to get on some other projects I got going on tonight. A considerable amount of time in the boil later, and I think this gator is ready to move on to the next step. Woo, look at that. Yes, sir. That is some nasty water. This next step of the process is where we just take the pressure washer and pressure wash every inch off this alligator. I know it's ready because that skin's starting to peel off the nose where it's real thin. And, well, we're going to time-lapse this sucker. That's why I'm in the weird outfit. We about to get nasty. So I tell you what, y'all, these alligators are a different breed of European mount. These suckers took forever to boil. They took forever to spray out. This is a freaking tough creature. Now I've got most of the meat off. It's only just a tiny little bit of it left. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pop it down in the whitening solution. That whitening solution, any of that residual meat is going to turn kind of a yellow gelatinous color, and it's going to come right off when I hit it with the pressure washer last time. Or if I want to, I can take some dental tools and pick away at it. I'm going to have to do that between the teeth. It gets to go to the dentist before I'm done. But my whitening solution is just some 40% volume peroxide. It's the stuff your hairdresser uses. These are little 1-quart jars. I like to mix about 1 gallon of hair whitener to 5 gallons of water. Makes a pretty potent stuff. It will hurt you if you're not careful, which is exactly why I'm wearing no protection to show y'all exactly what not to do. I've already got a couple bottles in there. We're gonna finish it off with 2 more, throw some water in it and get it in the boil. We got it sitting here just down in the whitening bath. We're gonna bring this water up to a boil, shut her down, let her cool off a little bit, pressure wash her, and then, she is almost done. While we wait for that to finish up though, I'm gonna give you a word from our sponsor, Traditions Taxidermy Studios. My business. So I'm Carson Umberger. I'm the owner and operator of Traditions Taxidermy Service. You should go check us out on Instagram. We've got all our pricings listed there. And then if you ever need to email me at traditionstaxidermystudios@gmail.com. I'm going to put it right there. Like I said, I do European mounts, crown mounts, and I do small game taxidermy. So if you need any of those services and you're around the South Carolina area, hit me up and I'll get it to you. Taxidermy is a great way to preserve those memories out in the woods, and I pride myself on being not only a godly business, but an honest and fair, cost-effective, family-friendly business. Shameless plug over. Let's get back to cleaning alligators. Y'all, I can say I am super impressed. I am in love with this alligator, and it's not even done yet. So I got the bottom jaw sitting over there. It's come out of the whitening solution. It looks nice and white, but the thing is, it's gonna get even whiter. We're gonna leave it for about 2 days to air dry. That way all those pores can have the water seep out of them and everything, and that white color is gonna come really vibrant then. It's not gonna look so wet and soaked. And then we're gonna finish it up. Till then though, I've done everything I can do today, and we still got another one in the freezer that I gotta hit. So, I don't think I'm gonna hit that one today, but y'all can believe that there's gonna be another video on it. We gotta finish this one up first, though. All right, y'all, it's about 3 days later. We've got that bottom jaw back together. The gator has completely dried, and finally, I forgot to record it, but we hit it with a little bit of Mop and Glow, and this is the final result. Before I show y'all, I can not say it enough. I am so impressed with how well this thing turned out. Gators really and truly now might be my favorite animal to do. So if you live in the South Carolina area and you hunt gators, or you live anywhere around me, shipping might be worth it, because I'm going to say the prices are pretty good, $70 for it here. Hit me up. This gator was super fun to do. I'm so glad I got another one to do. But finally, enough jibber jabber. Here's the results. Oh my goodness, this thing is freaking awesome, y'all. Look at that. Look at the porousness of that top bone. This is like fascinating to me. That's a maze of ins and outs. And then we've got so much character just on the underside where all these little teeth are. We've got teeth that have broke off, teeth that are coming in. So y'all can see in the close-ups, the bullet is still in the cranium. So they got really lucky when they shot this gator that the bullet hole entered up there and didn't come in contact with any of this upper bone. I'm kind of scared for this next gator I do, because the way, if y'all don't know it, the way that you shoot a gator is, at least in the state of South Carolina, you typically kind of stab them with like a pole, and the pole has usually like a 9mm or something equivalent to that. And you're supposed to hit them right behind the head to where you're going to sever that spine. That's going to kill them instantly. It's a super humane way to put down a gator. But one problem that you get a lot of times when you shoot the gator is sometimes you miss it just barely and you'll clip the backside of the head. And they did just a little bit, but really and truly didn't do any kind of damage to the skull other than a tiny pinhole. But so much character. You got a lot of teeth that are still coming in, any of those that were wiggling, obviously. I hit it with a little bit of super glue, that way they don't ever come out. They just retain that appearance that they're still coming in. The bottom jaw is where we get a lot of character too, and in my opinion, the bottom jaw is where you see the most character. So you've got a couple missing teeth, you've got a big missing tooth right there. We got to be careful with the bottom jaw. The bottom jaw, if you don't remember, it broke. Pretty standard of skulls. You know, anything that's pretty much not a deer, you run the risk of that bottom skull separating. Like I said, pretty normal. Nothing you can't fix with a little bit of super glue. That's exactly what we did here. But no, the bottom jaw here, we've got like what could have been maybe some bone cancer or a little bit of an issue. It's kind of hard to see. I'll get another close-up on that on B-roll. But it's just a little weak spot in the bone. Honestly, I've seen equivalent things like that when you have like an abscess on a deer, but that's typically located a little closer to the teeth. This is on the underside of the jaw, so it probably was some kind of wound that fractured it slightly and it healed back a little wonky, but it's a weak spot and we had to be really careful when pressure washing. Like I said though, y'all, so incredibly impressed with this alligator. Really awesome. I am looking forward to doing a million more of them if I get the opportunity. But we got another alligator video coming up. We've got a deer video coming up. We're about to release a squirrel video if I haven't released it before this one. A lot of cool stuff happening at Traditions Taxidermy Studios. I highly encourage you to look at me on Facebook, look at me on Instagram, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel because we got a lot more amazing content like this. I kind of realize there's a hole in YouTube when it comes to taxidermy. A lot of people want to learn about taxidermy, but there's almost no channels that are really devoted to taxidermy, and not just making, the quick reels of showing them moving the kind of the skin around the eyeballs, or hanging the skin over the mannequin, but actually doing some in-depth type videos on taxidermy. And I want to do that a little bit because I'm still learning the trade. You never stop learning the trade, but I'm still learning the trade, and y'all are going to learn with me along the way. So like I said, like, share, and subscribe. Big Al here wants you to. Any Florida Gator fans out there? I'm not, but I'll reference your mascot there. But thanks for watching. We got more coming. And as always, well, we don't say that on this one anymore. That was the old channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time on SC Traditions or Traditions Taxidermy Studios. Whatever video you click.